real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is feel is.
And live, welcome to another episode of the Courtside Takeover Podcast. I am your grateful and gracious host, Des Scruggs. Let's do a little story time. Last week I actually had fun. I didn't even notice I talked for a whole damn near hour, 50 minutes almost, but it was kind of fun. Just talking, saying my spiel. I forgot my Wata. As y'all peeping, ain't got no label on it. We ain't sponsoring nobody that's not paying us. But so last week was interesting. It's a little story time. So if you know me, maybe you know my story, maybe you don't. But let's get to it. So at the age of 14, I was about 14, 15. I got diagnosed with my visual impairment. We ain't gonna go into what happened or anything. So we got diagnosed to my visual impairment or whatever. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, man, I don't think that this is going to be good for you. I don't think this is going to be something safe for you to do. I'm like, damn, can't play basketball no more. It's over. Like, what can I do? What's next? This is all I knew. Since I was a kid, the first thing I started doing is playing basketball. So what's new? I'm like, damn, I love it so much that I'll never keep nothing. I'll never let nothing stop me from playing it or being a part of it. So I'm like, damn, okay. I said, I'm going to play anyway. Went to my coach, and at this time, I'm in 8th grade. I went to my coach, told him what's going on, wrote him a letter, told him, like, hey, man, I want to play basketball. It was kind of a weird situation because when I started school, I had sight, but now I don't have vision. It's come time basketball season. This is kind of a bizarre story. We get into it later. But I say, dang, okay, Des, whatever. You can play because I know you can play, but we're going to just try to figure it out. Boom, okay. So it was a weird experience. First day of practice, I got hit in the head with mass balls. Couldn't see passes coming. It was crazy. So I'm like, dang, I don't know if I want to do this long term, especially high school. I'm going to high school the next year. Everybody, I done went to a lot of high school basketball games. They say it's crazy. So I done went to high school. I wrote my coach a letter in high school, wrote him a long, lengthy letter telling him, like, man, look, I don't want to make excuses for myself. I want to play whatever you need me. Even if you don't play me, just let me be a part. My coach was all with it. Now, at this point, I'm full-fledged. I don't, as people would call it, the politically correct terms, I'm disabled. So at this point, I'm full-fledged disabled. I'm visually impaired. I can't see what's going on. At this point, still not making excuses. Go out there, I play. I give it my all. I'm playing every game. Some games I didn't play, some games I didn't come out. But I'm out there playing. I'm giving it my all, playing my best, doing what I can do, doing everything I can do to be successful. Didn't let nothing stop me. No matter who was saying whoever was in the crowd laughing, whoever's in the crowd pointing, I didn't let nothing stop me from my dreams and my goals on being successful. With that being said, I don't know what in the world is Ben Simmons doing sitting on that bench. If you got kids like the kid that he's still in high school, I forgot, but Hannibal, I think that's his name or something like that. The kid with one arm, I use his as an example. The kid like me, I use myself as an example. And even also players like DeMar DeRozan, who done publicly opened up and came out about mental health. You got Kevin Love that done opened up and came out about mental health. Karl Anthony Towns, oh my God, we're going to get to him later, who opened up and came out about mental health. It's players like that that's still out here trying to push, give it they all. Granted, these players, well, besides the last couple I named, but myself and Hannibal, we wasn't on the scene like the NBA. We wasn't on these crazy big platforms where you coming out, you got thousands and thousands of people screaming at you every night. That's not what we dealing with, but I think that's what Ben Simmons dealing with. The dude literally, y'all don't notice that they said he was playing game 4 on Thursday. Game 4 was on a Monday. Why not play game 3 that Saturday? He was making up excuses. At first it was the back. He had a sore back. Then he had mental health issues. Then the mental health issues, things could get a little touchy just on the simple fact it's mental health. But come on now, y'all. Be realistic. That's an excuse. Everybody know that's an excuse. I was listening to a story. They say Chuck Daly, he the old Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys coach, if y'all know him. Chuck Daly, I can't remember who it was right now. It wasn't Sally. It wasn't Dumar. One of the players came. No, it was Pat Riley. It was Pat Riley. I'm sorry, it was Pat Riley. I was just about to make up a whole scenario. It was Pat Riley. A player walked into the locker room. He was dressed. He said, "Coach, I ain't gonna be able to go today. I'm hurt. Something's sore." He said, "If I really needed you to, could you give me 5 minutes?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Go get dressed." I think what Ben Simmons is running from is the crowd. I think Ben Simmons running from the outside noise, and he running from what people gonna say if he take a bad shot. He running from what people gonna do if something was to go wrong. I think that's what Ben Simmons is running from, the noise. I don't think he really worried about really playing and producing, because they not even, your role is not what it was at Philly. They not asking you to go out there and create and shoot jumpers. That's not what they want you to do. Kyrie could take care of that. Kevin Durant could take care of that. They want you to go out there and be a playmaker, be a facilitator, play that James Harden role. Do what James Harden was doing. Average your 13 assists, average your 14 assists. Ben Simmons is scared to death to shoot a jump shot. That's why he's not playing. I'm curious to see what he do next year, for real. Think about this. With the pressure on, think about how the crowd gonna be, how they gonna react to him. Now that they know, it's the same thing they was doing with Kyrie in Boston. Now that they know it is gonna get to him, every time they yell at Ben Simmons, every time they say shoot, every time they say don't shoot, every time it's gonna get in his head. So I'm curious to see what he do. I'm not into the bashing of the character. Everybody calling him, he don't love the game, he's scared. I mean, he might be a little scared, don't get me wrong, but and it would be, now that I think, it would be kind of, it would want to question somebody's love for the game if you know your guys out there going and you not even trying. Like, he made a one comment, he did a dunk and warm-ups and looked back at the camera guy and said, "Did you get that?" Dude, you 6'10", you's a bum. But, man, I don't know. I just had to cover the Ben Simmons situation and put it in light on the simple fact how it's a lot of people out here in Ben Simmons positions that can make a million excuses, but he's still finding an excuse not to play, not to produce. Some of these guys getting paid $40, $30, $50 million a year, and they still making excuses, but they look at the media, they look at other guys and fans like, man, your business. No, you are getting paid to do a job, and we expect you to do that job. Well, I do. When I'm seeing somebody getting paid that much, and I love watching the game. Like, so I just had to cover that situation. And also, let's slide over to the Kevin Durant situation. I had Boston in 6, I think I said last time. I think I said Boston in 7. I think I said Boston in 7 because the game 7 was going to be on Boston court. Boy, was I wrong. In the Wall Street Journal in 2019, I'm referring to an article, Kevin. If y'all not looking at me on YouTube, you can actually. I'm referring to an article in 2019, leaving the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant said, "I want to play a little one-on-one ball. I don't want to always run a motion to get my shot. Sometimes I want to go off a pick and roll." How that's looking for you, KD? How that's looking? Sometimes a lot of people want stuff done their way, and sometimes that's always not the best way. And I think that's what KD did. Leaving Golden State, I might have been, everybody said going to Golden State was a big mistake. I think leaving could have been just as big of a mistake. I had to slow that down. It was about to be a tongue twister for me. That's how you know I was talking fast. Just as big as a mistake, I would say. He left because he wanted his own team. Let's be realistic. He wanted to show he could do it by himself. Curry was getting much love. He didn't feel like the golden child there. You leave there, you about to go to New York. New York Knicks don't work out. Kyrie get in your ear and say, "Nah, man, F that, man. Let's go to Brooklyn." You go to Brooklyn. You get to Brooklyn. Y'all there. You miss your first year. Kyrie play his first year in and out. Then you come back the second year. Season start. Kyrie take the beginning of the season off. Now you playing your one-on-one. You playing what you wanted. You playing the whole game, the whole scenario you wanted, the whole season. Kyrie in and out, battling his personal issues, battling his injuries, whatever. Kyrie being Kyrie, as I call it. Cat being Cat. You battling with all this. You take this Brooklyn Nets team, ideally the same team. Granted, last year Jeff Green gave you big minutes. Joe Harris gave you big minutes. I love what they traded him, the young bull. I love what Allen gave him. So look, we got all these pieces giving you all these great minutes last year. We still on last year. Stay with me. Yes, you had James Harden, but last year that was not no full James Harden. James Harden was a shell of himself. Kevin Durant, by yourself. You took these boys to the Eastern Conference Finals. Half a foot away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Here walks in Kyrie Irving. Here walks in James Harden. Here walks in a Brooklyn 7 seed. They're going to one-on-one. You want it, Kevin Durant. Granted, a lot of people, if the Warriors wasn't making threes, they would play a boring style of basketball. Hear me out. If the Warriors wasn't making threes, they would play a boring style of basketball. Because ideally, watching the Warriors, they don't do nothing but a whole bunch of pass and cutting. It's like the UCLA offense: pass, cut, pass, cut. We looking for the open man. Nobody going to be the superstar. Granted, if Steph rolling, he rolling. If Clay rolling, he rolling. That's who they gonna feed that night. And I don't think I think sometimes Kevin Durant he wanted Draymond to come set him a screen. Draymond, you dive and you pop and we gonna work like that. But that's not what they do all the time. They do it sometimes, but that's not what they do all the time. And I think that's where Kevin Durant messed it up. Granted, Boston, I'm tired of, oh my God. Boston guarded him as if he was a Michael Jordan, as if he was a LeBron James, shall I say. He is, though. So when I hear people say, this 90s defense, this ain't no 90s defense. Do y'all really, in the 90s, they was wrestling. That was not defense. There's no way nobody should be going through the line getting clothesline. That's not basketball. I'm tired of hearing all these old heads talk about, this 90 defense, 90 defense. It's not 90s defense. What Boston played is real defense on Kevin Durant, forcing him to see bodies. Every time he touched the ball, he was hearing steps. Every shot went up, somebody was coming through the contested. And when I play, we call that flex. They flex the post heavy. So, as y'all notice, the first couple games in Boston, Kevin Durant tried to post up a lot. He tried to drive the ball a lot. He tried to do stuff that he wasn't used to doing. So, he'd catch the ball in the post. Next thing you know, Tatum guarding him. You got Jaylen Brown hand snatching in. If I could visualize for all my podcast listeners, you got Jaylen Brown hand snatching in. You got Marcus Smart hand snatching in. You got Jason Tatum hand coming around. It look like man's hands in a cookie jar. So once Kevin, he flexing the post. Oh, fuck, that don't work. Every time so if y'all notice, watch Kevin Durant play. For all those Kevin Durant fans, he take 2 dribbles and rock the ball. Pay attention. Before he shoot or before he set up, everybody got a rhythm. Kevin Durant take 2 dribbles and rock the ball. The big shot he hit over LeBron, everybody went crazy over. Pay attention. Everybody go back and watch that clip. He take 2 dribbles in the left hand, rock the ball, gather right. He was take 2 dribbles with the left hand. Every time he gathered, Marcus Smart right there to take it. Jason Tatum right there to take it. They played him in a way I really ain't never seen Kevin Durant play since. Catch me close. Everybody been saying that. I did my research. So all these other podcasts y'all listening to and all these other media guys, all them other people saying, Kevin Durant ain't played this way since... Hey, y'all, tell them this. Kevin Durant have been guarded like this before. When he played for the Thunder, and he had people over there at Memphis guarding, Matt Barnes, Tony Allen. They had another guy over there guarding. Kevin Durant haven't played like this before. He haven't played like this before. What we haven't seen Kevin Durant do is shoot this poorly for this consecutively, for this long in the series. So Kevin Durant have been guarded like this. We never seen him shoot like this. By that being said, what I told y'all before, last week when I told y'all Steve Nash can't coach, that proves it. That proves it. So you telling me, I just told y'all how they was guarding KD. Oh yeah, then the second half when they got to Brooklyn, he adjusted. He adjusted a little bit, started playing on the perimeter more, took less dribbles. He took a lot of pull-ups instead of a lot of trying to create. In the second half, he took Kyrie off the ball. He ran a little point, which I think was a mistake, but they don't have a point guard, but you need somebody to get Kyrie the ball. But with James being gone, Curry not being no true one, Joe Harris not being no true one, Patty Mills getting older, you don't have a true point guard. So they put Kevin Durant on the point a lot, which I think was a mistake. Because you need Kevin Durant coming off down screens, coming off curls, coming off flares to get him open because he was playing so badly. Thought I heard somebody coming in. But because he was playing so badly. Where it could be good this is where Ben Simmons come in the game at. Because Ben Simmons could change the dynamic of all that. Ben Simmons could come in and change the whole dynamic of how everything could be set up. So as far as ball handling, as far as playmaking, as far as getting others involved, Ben Simmons could be a major help with that. Now, going into next year. Oh, no, scratch that. I'm everywhere. The message messed me up. So, my personal opinion, Kevin Durant didn't have a good game all series. Everybody saying the last game, he had 36. He went crazy. Get deeper into the box scores. Kevin Durant had 36 points and took 31 shots. They still was forcing him. He missed 18 shots, which is not like Kevin. Hold on. Which is not like Kevin. He would have at least got easier looks, but at that end, I think they honestly wanted to go home. Kyrie Irving didn't want to go back to Brooklyn with that mayhem, with all that mess going on, with people trying to figure out what's going on. Kevin Durant did not want to go back to, not Brooklyn, to Boston, excuse me. That's why I said this ain't no, I messed up about 6 times. Don't nothing get filtered. Don't nothing get edited. I want y'all to know the real me. So all my supporters, everybody that's listening, everybody that's tuning in, everything is genuine. And feel free to come too. Feel free to come on the show. Reach out for listenings, for opportunities, for guest appearances. Oh, I did tell y'all I was gonna have a guest today. Let's go off topic a little bit. Told y'all I was gonna have a guest. There's no guest, as you can see. But we got something big coming, y'all. We got something big coming. I'm super duper excited about this. I don't want to spill the beans just yet. They just hopped on me earlier before I hopped on here, before I recorded. But I got something real big coming. I'm excited. This could be a game changer for the city. This could be a game changer for like podcasts, basketball. I don't want to say too much, but this could be a game changer. I forgot to show you how y'all see that thing. That got that new thing in. Little lineup looking good. This could be a game changer. But something big coming. That's why I don't have guests here. So I don't know if I'm gonna take a break, then bring back my what I want to do. But I really got something I'm excited for coming. I really got something big coming. More people y'all can hear from consistently. I always looked for a way to cover girls' sports. I could just give y'all a little hint. I always look for a way to cover girls' sports, but I'm like, I always, it's hard to find people in this business. It's hard to find people that's genuine, and it's hard to find people because it's not a lucrative business unless you make it one. So it's really hard to find people that's genuine. It's really hard to find people that just say, I love basketball and I'm willing to do this for the love of the game. But I think I did. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So we're going to get into that later. I'm just debating on, when I get out of here, we're going to hop in a group chat. We're going to iron some things out. I have more details for y'all next week. But I don't know if I want to start this week. I don't know if I want to start the next time y'all see me and hear me. It's really up in the air, but it's looking really, really good. It's looking really, really good. All right. let's go into my terrible playoff predictions. I want to say terrible. The Heat series I predicted right. They out of there. Atlanta go home. I gave them 4-1. Like I told y'all before. Utah series, I didn't cover that. I had Utah winning in 7. I had Dallas winning in 7. Dallas about to get them boys out here in 6. And I don't think Dallas about to get them out of here in 6. I'm going to just cover this briefly. Dallas getting them out of there in 6. Luka's potentially unguardable. Could be the face of the NBA right along with Ja. It could be LaMelo Ball if he get out of Charlotte. And something else too. Please trade Rudy Gobert. They would trade. I think they got a possibility of trading Donovan Mitchell. But me personally, what would you get more from? I think you'll get more out of trading Rudy than Donovan because and that's for as an organizational standpoint. As an organization, I would rather trade Rudy than Donovan. It's easier to build around a guard than it is a big man who's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Rather than a big man who's not versatile. Rudy Gobert is kind of one-dimensional. He's giving you 8 points and 15 rebounds. Can't shoot the ball outside of 15 foot, hell, 10 foot. So I'll get Rudy out of here, trade him to a team like a 3-way team. I think he'll fit good with somebody like Luka. Trade him to a team like Dallas. I think they was looking for that when they tried to go get DeAndre Jordan when he was past his prime. But he ended up signing, he was in his prime, but ended up signing back to the Clippers. Ended up picking him up when he was past his prime. Didn't work out so good. So my prediction, Rudy Gobert will end up in Dallas. And I think that just on the simple fact, he will play really, really good with Luka. He will play really, really good with Luka. And also, you don't have to ask him to do much. The pick and roll with that's Siri talking. The pick and roll with Luka and Rudy will be nasty when you got Tim Hardaway Jr. back. You got Jalen Brunson. You got Dinwiddie. That's just gonna be nasty. And I think you got to keep Dinwiddie. I think Dinwiddie offset Luka Doncic, but it's gonna be hard because Jalen Brunson gonna want to get paid, so he might not be there next year. So you got to keep Dinwiddie. All right, enough of that. All right. Karl Anthony Towns. Shut up. Like, shut up, bro. Shut up. I'm tired of him. This been the narrative. If y'all been following, I just had to do some research on Karl Anthony Towns. They've been calling him soft since high school. I got some cool facts for y'all. I might give y'all cool facts every podcast. I was talking to the people, and I was about to spill my beans, whatever. I might give y'all cool facts every podcast. Do y'all know Karl Anthony Towns lead the NBA in fouls per game? You can't guard. Use a hack box. Do y'all know Karl Anthony Towns led the playoffs in fouls? You getting cooked every night, dude. Listen, Karl Anthony Towns did something. Yeah, I went off the record and said that Memphis wasn't going to lose another game. I said that. That was me. They lost. They lost on the simple fact Minnesota matched up with them Minnesota matched up with them so well. I think better than I realized. I told y'all last time, I think Jaren Jackson was going to be the difference maker. Sheesh. Ian Clark came out of nowhere. What's Brandon Clark? Is it Brandon Clark or Ian Clark? I'm thinking of the guy that played for Tav. But he came out of nowhere, man. Gave him big minutes. Jaren Jackson fouled out super early last night, which I was super duper disappointed in. But he's giving them big minutes. And I think Ja Morant came to play last night. After so many games of Ja Morant being non-existent, not showing up, people not knowing what he do, Ja Morant came to play. Listen here, he came to play, man. So, I think that could be a game changer, but it could get tricky when they get back to Minnesota. But I think that they are deflated. The end of the second, it defeated them. I'm still sticking with my pick. Granted, I was wrong. I still got Memphis, but I think they defeated them. Out of they just so deep. Listen to how deep they are. Listen at it. And I can give him a plug. I don't want to give him no plug. I was talking to one of my guys. He called me. He called me. I seen all the comments too. People hit me up. People DMing me talking about some. You running from that Memphis smoke. You running from that Memphis smoke. You said they was gonna sweep. Listen, man. My boy called me. Memphis was down 26 and 20 at 2 different points. My boy called me and said, I told you what Minnesota was going to do. Da, 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 da. I said, you right, man. You right. And hung up the phone. He texted me back 30 minutes later and said, my bad. I think Pat Bev slipped something in my drink. Hey, I say that to say, hey, Memphis the real deal. Just when you think you won the game, they stepping on your neck, man. They stepping on your neck. So I had that series going 4-1. Memphis. That may go 4-2 Memphis. Still sticking with the 4-2 Memphis. I had the Miami thing right. I said they would lose 4-1. Not sure if I mentioned that or not. I had the Warriors 4-1. I had the Warriors winning 4-1. I'm not sure. Golden State Warriors series.
Okay, this is the roster for the
NBA schedule today.
Here's what's coming up in the conference quarterfinals for today.
Oh, so I'm still. Hey, I had the Warriors winning 4-1. Look, hold on. Proof in the pudding, baby. I had the Warriors winning 4-1. They can wrap this up tonight. So my predictions looking good. I want to wrap up everything. While all this done next week, we're gonna do a predictions of the next round too. That's gonna be tough. But I had that 4-1. Suns. That's funny. Y'all see next to the Suns name, I had a broom. For all the people that's not that's listening on podcasts, I had a broom next to the Suns name. But when Devin Booker going down, that could be tough. Last night, CJ McCollum wasn't as aggressive as he normally be or as he normally was, which I think hurted the Pelicans. But I don't think the Pelicans going home. The Pelicans not going away. Brandon Ingram is here. CJ McCollum is here, and Valanciunas is a problem. So they're not going away. I don't think it's this series. That's going to be hard to win. I think it's going to be next series that's going to be hard to win when when the Suns have to play I'm having a brain fart. Excuse me, y'all. It's going to be Memphis versus Golden State. Suns versus Dallas. Listen to me. Dallas can steal this. Luka Doncic's been in the playoffs twice and averaged over 30 points, over 10 assists, and about 6 rebounds. Both of those times he was playing, he only been in the playoffs twice. Both times, hold on, y'all, let me take this. Hold on, bro, I'm cooking right now. All right. So both times, that was a call how to take that. That's why I said we gonna be real organic. This ain't a debate show. This is a relate show. That's what I like to tell people. That's my motto. This ain't a debate show. This is a relate show. So we ain't here debating. We here relating. So Luka averaged those points versus the Clippers. He only been in the playoffs 2 years. The Clippers got arguably, I bet you no one's going to disagree with this. The Clippers got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, 2 of arguably the best defenders in the NBA. That's what y'all say. That's what they say. Kawhi and Paul, 2 best defenders in the NBA. And he cooked them. What y'all think he about to do versus the Suns? Granted, Mikal Bridges, if I had to vote for media awards in the NBA, Mikal Bridges is he's top 3 for defensive player of the year. Mikal Bridges, he got lockup. He not scared of no Luka. But look, he ain't never seen nothing like this. And in the playoffs, everybody knows in the playoffs, it's a whole different game. They slow the game down. It's a half-court set. It's not as many one-on-ones getting played. That's where Brooklyn had problems at. Ain't that many one-on-ones in the playoffs. And in the playoffs, we're looking for the best matchup. That's all we look, the best matchup. And something else. This is where I like, I thought this was going to be a problem for Dallas versus Utah. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a problem with Dallas versus Utah is the bigs. But Dallas bigs shoot the hell out of the ball. DeAndre Ayton could guard on the perimeter. JaVale McGee could guard on the perimeter. But they can't go on the perimeter. And I don't know if Dallas bigs, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. But I don't know who I got yet. I will let y'all know that when that come. But, hey, listen. I'm telling y'all now, just think about that. Luka could kill this defense. And right now, this series, like, Dallas got Jalen Brunson got him there. Jalen Brunson got him here. All he got to do is finish the job. Then the next series, you coming back. If they play tomorrow, if they win, you be well rested. You rest that ankle. Next thing you know, you waiting on Phoenix. So, hey, man. That could be one of my upsets, but I ain't going to call no shots this early. I'm not going to be the one going off on the ledge. Chicago, real brief. Zach LaVine out tonight due to COVID. I got Chicago winning that pretty handily. On the betting sports line, they had Milwaukee -10. I think that's up to about 13 now. So give me Milwaukee about -13 with no Zach LaVine. Expect a big game out of DeMar DeRozan. Philly, Doc Rivers, you should be scared of shit. My bad, y'all. That was the first one I dropped. But it's a relate show, not a debate show. But Doc Rivers, you should have, literally, Doc Rivers. You should be scared, bro. You really should. You really should. I know I was talking all that mess about James Harden, but nah, you should be scared. You should be scared. Something else I wanted to point out about Joel Embiid. Something else. Did y'all notice how Joel Embiid talk about Doc Rivers versus how he used to talk about Brett Brown? That stood out to me. Am I the only one that noticed that? So, Joel Embiid talking about Brett Brown, it was like with conviction, with praise. Like, I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to play for you. I'm happy to... Granted, he talked about Doc Rivers the same way. He made various comments about Doc Rivers, how he want the best for him, and he told him he could be the best big in the NBA. Why you not MVP? But the comments about James Harden was kind of weird to me. He said, they asked James Harden, they asked Joel Embiid, do you think that, matter of fact, let me see. I don't want to quote nothing, so this is what we about to gonna do. This in real time. So he made the comment where I think that, basically to sum it up, he said that it's not on me, it's on Doc Rivers. I think it's on Doc Rivers to start that process off, tell James to be more aggressive, to get James more involved. Where when it was Brett Brown, Joel Embiid was like, it's on me to get Ben Simmons here. It's on me and Brett. It's on me and Brett. It's on me and Brett. Now it's on Doc. Now look, I pay attention to little stuff like this. This tells me what's going on behind the scenes. Because y'all remember, when Brett Brown got let go, Joel Embiid was out for Brett Brown to stay. Granted, Doc wasn't there yet, so Joel Embiid was for him to stay. So it was always me and Brett, me and Brett, me and Brett. Now it's like Doc need to talk to James. Just pay attention to that little stuff, man. Just pay attention to that. I wanted to come in, be real brief, not give you all too much. Sorry for being a day late, $1 short. That won't happen again. And remember, this is a relate show, not a debate show. Until next time, this is your gracious and grateful host, Des Scruggs, and we are out.
Real big, real big. I know one day I would do it real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is feel is. Night